Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I would like to go over what is transpiring throughout the crypto market. First thing that hits me right off the bat is XRP sitting at $2.57, down about 3.38%. We're down right now below that $2.60 FVG. But as we discussed yesterday, a drop below that FVG, if we were unable to hold it, would bring us down to around, I don't want to say it's right down to $2.30 because that is inaccurate because there is a level in between. So I get to the right chart. And that would be the breakout resistance that could now act as support at $2.50. Well, it's like $2.49. Let's see in real time. $2.50. So if we continue to fall here, that's absolutely where I'd be looking at, is that $2.50 mark. We had a golden cross in the 4-hour that looks like it's about to invalidate itself, at least in the short term. We have a possible reversal candle here, but there's still 46 minutes left, and we haven't really done the job we need to do just yet. So we're going to see how this plays out here. But that's a critical resistance support line that we want to stay over at $2.50. If we were to lose that $2.50, it's pretty simple to me at least. We'd come all the way back down. We've fallen out of this little channel we were in, but we can further pull this out. This was just kind of like an expectation, or not even an expectation, but a observation of where we were at. We could absolutely go like this, or we could even go like this and start the. It's still not really going to work though if you do it like that. It's going to have to be more like this. So we're it's kind of a little strange here. When you try to break it down into layers, because we're not technically sitting up in this area at all. So it's a little tricky. That's why when you do this, you kind of look at it in the higher time frames. And then you can try to find some kind of semblance here of what could be a formation, which it kind of looks like right there, but you never know. You never know. It could be an inverse head and shoulders that is forming as we speak. But that $2.50 mark looks like it's going to be on deck because we've fallen below that $2.60 level, which was very important. But we weren't able to hold it. We just haven't been able to hold it. So now it comes down to, if we get rejected here, we'd have $2.50. And then if $2.50 breaks, you got $2.29. And that was that pivot resistance that now we're over and could act as a layer of support. So let me do the intro. We're only going to have about a 10-minute update here. We've been in about 3 minutes. I want to focus on XRP. We'll look a little bit at Bitcoin. And then we'll get going here. So good morning. 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I thank everybody for tuning in this morning. If you could do me a favor and hit that like button so this can be pushed around YouTube. This is a very important update, not just because XRP's fallen, but because we would want to know these support levels that could hold us up here, as we had an extended thinly traded weekend, as yesterday was President's Day, so the market was closed. So now this is basically acting as a Monday morning. So now all that downward momentum, everybody who watched the weekend and they're kind of getting that bearish feel, I still see a lot of opportunity here. It's not just crypto that fell. You've got, even though gold's up 30 bucks an ounce almost, the gold stocks are doing okay, but Fortuna Silver Mines is down 6.5% right before I came on. I have paper silver that I keep for these opportunities when stuff drops overzealously. So Fortuna Silver Mines, when I did it, was at $4.84. And I bought another 95 shares of Fortuna Silver Mines. All I had about 3,500 in gold or silver paper shares. And what I do is I sell out of the paper shares as opportunity comes in the silver miners. And I've got about 3,100 in silver. But now I upped up to 970 shares of Fortuna Silver Mines now. So I'm invested in Fortuna, First Majestic, B2 Gold, and Barrick Gold. But that's something that I seen as a little bit of an opportunity this morning. And the only reason I say that with Fortuna Silver Mines is because it's back testing this breakout area. Now, it could fall right back into here, which it possibly will. And then we would have a ride down, maybe all the way down to 428. But right now it looks like a little bit of a flag starting. We'll see how this plays out. It's been a long-standing pattern formation, so it needs a back test and hold here for it to come up to this almost $6 area now. So it looks like that's kind of what it's doing, but we'll see, because we're falling off a little bit here, and it's going to be interesting to see where silver and gold finish out today, because commodities are kind of going haywire right now. XRP, like I said when I started this update, it fell below the $2.60 fair value gap. Even though we hit it yesterday, came back up about 5-6 cents, we just failed to materialize into anything. I did a short yesterday to show that $2.49 area of 260 didn't hold. And now today I'm further expanding on that. You guys should already know if you've been watching. But now that 260 fell through, if we lose that $2.50 area, then we would have to likely come all the way back down here to around that $2.30, $2.28 area. And that was that pivot point where I thought we could make an inverse head and shoulders if we got on top, which we have now. When we were discussing it, we were down around 230, 228. I think it was like 232 maybe. And now it's back on the resistance side. It pushed over, but now it's on the support side if it comes down. So these are slightly different than being bearish. These are sometimes overzealous consolidations, but we also have to watch for short-term reversals. So that's what I'm going to be watching today. I'm going to keep a very close eye on the market. The XRP Bitcoin pairing is down 3.53%. And from a 4-hour perspective, we knew it had to come back and backtest likely that breakout of that resistance area. Now it's going to try to use it as support. And we talked yesterday if it could hold that 2.6 level, the 0.00026. What are you looking for, Julie? We be in good shape? I used the last ones on T because he sneezed. That's why he can't find it.
Oh, so he had a good sneeze.
Had a productive one.
Oh, good.
It was all clear too. Yeah, in our house we're a little bit still getting through, a little bit under the weather. I'm a little bit stuffed up. But with the way our weather's been here, we literally went from 40s to -3, and now today or last night it was 1. So we're just a little congested, but nothing major. It's all like clear, and you know, my throat's a little sore, but that's from drainage. It's not even bad, honestly. So I intend to be here every step of the way today. I intend doing the live tonight. I wanted to get back to regularly scheduled programming in the morning because it's the trading week again, so I can't. Yesterday I was able to, but today I've got my son's therapies and stuff, so even though they're off of school this week, and we have an 18-year-old in the house now, Michaela. It's her birthday today. When I first moved in with her and her mom, she was 7. And now she's 18. It's pretty incredible that time has passed so quickly. She'll be going to college next year. And she's a very good student, so she can go anywhere she wants, which is incredible. So yeah. So that's what's going on today. We're still on the top side of this, though, on the XRP Bitcoin pairing. I like how this looks. We're on the top side back testing. And unless this came back in, which it did break out early. See, generally we break out 70% of the move, which should be somewhere down. We talked about the end of February for breakouts in these patterns on alts. So we are still about 10 days early. So that is one caveat I see here. Maybe we fall back in. Who knows? But that's a very big liquidation wick, or an exhaustion wick, I should say, on the XRP Bitcoin pairing. So it seems to still be favorable in our position. It seems like we need to not overhype our emotions right now. And we have to stay on the proper course. Yeah, this will be a little bit longer of an update. It's not going to end right at 10 minutes. I got a lot to talk about. And I got a little bit of time. So this could very well be a traditional 20-minute update since I'm not going to be rushed. But anyhow, the XRP market cap is down about 5.9 billion or 3.88% to 147.831 billion. Not much to write home about. I haven't updated this with this downtrending resistance, but you will get the idea. Just like with every other chart that I had you guys draw, if you were watching the lives, the draw in this downtrending resistance line, that's all we are right now, trying to get past. And then you can even, I don't mind the way it is right now with that flat support, because that was a area that we had to break out of at 129 billion. And you can see where I targeted the breakout. So I mean, it's not that I'm not looking for a consolidation. I'm not saying it's going to take all that time. We were just looking at it from, hey, if it came back to that breakout area, And then we had to back test that could be a perfect area to in the future breakout, but it's gonna, only time will tell. Only time will tell. And then if you fill this in from back here where we had resistance, 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 you can see it coming across. So, you know, I don't hate that setup. I don't hate looking at it like that. So that's about as good as you're going to get with XRP between the XRP chart, the XRP Bitcoin pairing, and the XRP market cap. We can see we're stuck in a range. We've got a floor right now at about 129 billion. So as long as we stay above 129, but that's a very bearish daily candle right there. That's bearish. Engulfing to the downside. We could have some pain here, but we'll see how it goes during the day. Remember, we got to treat this like a Monday, and that's what sucks. Generally, we'll have turnaround Tuesdays after flopping Mondays, you know. So we call it motivating Mondays since we always seem to deep dive. But then we have turnaround Tuesdays, you could call it, in the market traditionally. So we'll see if this plays out like this. We have a lot of amped up, let's just say, emotional traders here that watched over a 4-day period where the markets were closed, especially the ETFs. We're seeing a lot of volatility. Yesterday with DGB, we're down 7% today, but I had got a lot of questions about where you should buy. First support, I told everybody you could take a shot at 0077. And then I said if that falls out, I've got my eyes on 0055 if it comes back down there. We've already hit there twice, so I don't know if we will. But the descending wedge is getting very tight. And I said the next opportunity, if we stay in this wedge, in the shorter wedge, is at 0077. So I had to tell some to hold off, that we're going to buy this resistance. I said unless it holds the breakout at 8.4, your opportunity is going to be down here at 7.7. And now this morning we're at 7.88. So I'm very happy at least with that development, that it's at least falling. The only problem is we're still in this bearish zone. We talked a few times over the weekend during the lives about how the end of February seems to be where everything is lining up for the breakout attempt, unless it makes the move early. And so far it just looks like we've had fake outs. Bitcoin's down $240 and 95,534. Bitcoin's another one. We were trying to break out, but it appears that we're not going to be able to hold it, at least for now. This doesn't look like it's holding. And if it falls below this and we come back into the pattern, I mean, this could bring us all the way down for Bitcoin to around 91K. We're not surprised, but eventually we would like to break out of this region. I'm not saying we're not going to. I'm just saying right now it's kind of in the air. We have a bearish cross up above the top. The 50 or the 20 cross in the 50-day, which is a short-term reversal, but we don't know if it's going to pan out. I don't know what to make of that candle because I've seen this many times. It had an overzealous run up overnight. Now if we can hold the back test, you could make some noise here on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin really needs to hold this 95,600 level. Otherwise, we could find ourselves falling all the way down, which I don't want to say it's all the way to 91 because that would be inappropriate, because there is a support structure before there, so it would be wrong of me not to talk about it. It's just, you know, it'd be harder to hold, but they're definitely after 96,600. We've got 93,800 and then 91,000 roughly for Bitcoin. We had some nice movement yesterday, and we've been talking about ZBAC. I mean, I don't know what to say. We talked about ZBAC at 0, 0, 0. And I bought it at 00079. And I was on air, showed everybody my thinking, showed everybody exactly why I thought it was a good buy. I thought even if it was bearish, it would come up about 80%. And now it's broke out of what we didn't think it could break down from here, but we wanted to make sure if it was a bearish pennant, we at least had the bottom target. But that's my expectation, that it could be building a long-term inverse head and shoulders. I drew this out before it even started pulling up to the right side. And now it looks better because I said, doesn't it look crazy that we're going to say it's going to go up 80%? And now all of a sudden, if you bought it with me, oh no, not 0075. We did not buy it at 0075. That's not true. There. I'll just do it at 7821, even though I was at 778. On ZBAC right now, we're up 125% on ZBAC right now. Incredible. Incredible. And our next resistance is over the top. We've already had this marked out since before this started at 00215. A back test, which we actually overzealously pushed up, backed out, now pushing out again. This is pretty incredible. And we filled the gap right here yesterday, which was incredible. I mean, on Friday to Saturday. We hit the resistance at 138, came all the way down to 106, and now we've pushed out to 174. So at least with the market being a little, bearish, you can watch ZBEC. Remember those back tests that still likely need to happen, and then the next layer up. Just pay attention if you have to watch that again. It's pretty weird because a lot of the market, we're using this as a Sunday, or how we dump on Sunday. Now we're looking at it as like a continuation down here. It's pretty crazy what's going on here. Like, it's not just crypto. Like, how often do you see silver up 0.5%? And like that silver mining stock is down 7% now. You got First Majestic down 1%, 1.2%. Like, this is a overzealous sell-off. I'm going to have to see what's going on in the news. CBIC downgrades Fortuna Mining to underperform from neutral. Price target is set. Oh, this is great. No wonder everybody's selling off. Take advantage of this. Last time this happened, they did it with Barrick Gold. And Barrick Gold initially dropped off. And then it surged out of control back up. And we were able to make an entry point. This is exactly what happened to Barrett. Barrett had the same thing happen when it came down to the bottom. It had an overzealous sell-off from 21 down to 15. And we were able to buy it around 15.50. And now it's back up to 18.30. I expect the same thing out of Fortuna Silver Mines. I really do. I can't imagine this is going to play out too long. I think there's a tremendous opportunity. I'm not usually one to keep adding token or commodities unless it does something that I feel is suspect. And this was a suspect move for me. I'm still up on the position, but it's basically back to where I bought it now. So I'm going to keep buying it. Like, I never thought I'd get up to 1,000 shares on that one. But there is definitely some weird movement going on in the markets to start the day. And it's not just crypto. And then you look at the US dollar, which should be falling off a cliff still. They're calling for, and this is bullish for crypto. They're calling for lower rates. You've got Elizabeth Warren and Trump both wanting lower rates, interest rates. So that is bullish for crypto if it happens. But other than that, I'm XRP Future Millionaire. That's what I got today. That's what I got. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto in the USA or abroad, go in my video description below under pinned comments of the video, or you can go onto my homepage on YouTube and just click on the link where it shows BITUNIX, and you've got all of these different choices. BITUNIX is my go-to. Lowest spot and leverage trading fees that I have found in the USA. No KYC exchange. You can do a KYC, but it's not required. You don't need a VPN worldwide. They have XRP and so many more. They have Axelar. I know a lot of people have talked about that as well. And they have so many more. And it's got the lowest maker-taker fee. So if you're a leverage trader, don't go to an exchange that's going to charge you over the top on the maker-taker. Like, HOTCOIN charges you over the top big time on the maker-taker. That's why I'm suspect on the exchange and why I've kind of stepped away from it. Aside from my VELO. Crypto.com has a lot of stuff. My DGB and so much more stuff. Crypto Visa debit card and yada, 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 so on and so forth. You can send a donation, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Join Tom's Army. Send a YouTube Super Chat. Or just hit the like button and share the content so we can continue to expand it. We're going to get a lot of bearishness in the community. We're going to get a lot of people that are looking at this from an emotional standpoint. But I can tell you right now, make sure you understand what you're looking at before you get your emotions too involved. Have a blessed day, everybody. And on the way out, just Bitcoin. Remember, not Bitcoin. We already talked Bitcoin. Ethereum. One more time, Ethereum. Down 2.75%. Remember, Ethereum pushed up out of this area. Looks like an inverse head and shoulders could have possibly formed. Now we're back testing the breach back above into this zone and the breakout of the smaller zone. So as long as Ethereum holds that 2,600 level, should be a good sign here. So this could be over-exacerbated, but we'll see. That's why I brought out the $2.49 yesterday and showed everybody if the 260 didn't hold, because I didn't want anybody to be caught off guard and think that it was just the end. Have a blessed day.